Welcome. Welcome to Giselle's healing journey. This space is for truth, reflection, and gentle awakening. Here, we don't rush healing, we honor it. We speak what's often felt but rarely said, and we allow ourselves to soften without losing our strength. So take a deep breath with me through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Arrive as you are and let this moment meet you where you need it the most. Today's episode is for the woman who is pregnant and also for the woman who is becoming. Because pregnancy is not just the creation of the baby, it is the creation of a new identity, a new nerve system, a new emotional depth, a new relationship with you and with your body, a new spiritual awareness. Pregnancy is becoming. And if you're listening to this right now, maybe you felt it. That quiet shift, that vulnerable stage, that deep sense of who am I now? Today, we're going to talk about pregnancy through three different lenses: the mind, the body, the soul. Not just medically, not just emotionally, but holistically. Because you're not just growing life, you're transforming into a new version of yourself. So let's begin. No one talks enough about how pregnancy changed you completely. I mean, go through social media and you always see other pregnant women talking about the changes that they're experiencing physically, emotionally, but they don't also express all the changes we experience spiritually as well. And yes, hormone shift, estrogen, progesterone, oxytocin, all that increase. But beyond chemistry, your psychology evolves. Pregnancy asks you questions like, am I ready to be a mother? Will I be a good mother? What kind of childhood do I want to create? Or what do I need to heal before this baby arrives so I don't repeat all habits or any generational wound that has been passed on through generations? You, my darling, start questioning things. And sometimes those questions feel very overwhelming. You may notice increased anxiety, sensitivity to noise, conflict, energy. You have a stronger need for reassurance. That's not weakness. That's your brain reorganizing itself. And science calls it as a matrescence. That transition into motherhood. Your brain literally rewires for you to become more intuitive and more protective. You are becoming more attuned during this season of your pregnancy. You're becoming more reflective. And you also start balancing everything: your career, your relationships, your independence, your need for support. You constantly processing things, thinking, observing, learning, questioning. And one day you feel empowered. The next day you feel unsure. And trust me, you're going to go to those, change of minds and moods back and forth. And that is completely fine because both are valid. Mental shifts during pregnancy are not a sign you're unstable. They're not a sign you're going crazy. They are signs you are expanding. And also, You are changing. There's a lot of changes that are happening within you. And that expansion can feel uncomfortable before it feels powerful. So if your mind feels loud right now, please take the time to pause and breathe. Instead of you asking, what's wrong with me? Ask yourself, what is being reborn inside of me? Okay? Now, on the physical aspect of things, we also experience more changes. Your body changes dramatically and drastically. Pregnancy stretches you, literally and metaphorically. Your organs shift, your blood volume increases, your ligaments softens, your hips expand tremendously, your skin change, your breasts change, your digestion change too. And you may feel exhausted, nauseous, swelling, craving, a body that feels so unfamiliar because this is your first time experiencing these changes. And I'm here to tell you it is okay. It's part of the journey. Trust me. And if this is your second time on pregnancy and you're having a boy instead of having a girl, trust me, it's going to be a completely different pregnancy as well. Okay. My experience was completely different when I had my girl. And now that I am 5 months postpartum, I experienced a whole different pregnancy when I was having my boy. So trust me, every pregnancy is different. Every pregnancy will demand a different version of yourself. And as I'm continuing exposing all the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual changes that you will face, everything's going to start making sense for you. And that's why I'm here to guide you, to assist you. And I pray that everything that I do allow myself to share with you, assist you in your journey, support you in your journey, and please apply what you think is going to work for you. Okay? But again, it's hard. Pregnancy can be extremely hard. Okay, it's a truth that even though we say, yes, it's a beautiful journey, it is a beautiful journey, but it's hard. And sometimes you don't feel beautiful. You won't feel beautiful, and that's completely okay. And even if everyone tells you that you are glowing, that's okay. Your body is building. Remember that you are building a life. I think when we go through the phases of pregnancy, we're so caught up into so many things. We focus on the baby shower, buying clothing for the baby, of making sure we set the baby's room accordingly, that we have everything that we need. That sometimes we forget how to be present in the moment, how to enjoy the journey, even though it will demand so many things from you, but it's a beautiful journey. Okay? And you must remember, not every woman gets the opportunity, the blessing to conceive, to create another human being inside of you. Like literally, you are creating a life. Okay? Your body's building another human. It's building a brain, a heart, a nerve system, a soul container, literally, all at the same time. That is divine engineering happening. And yet, you may grieve your old body, and that's okay. Trust me, my first pregnancy was so difficult for me. For anyone who's been following me through social media, if you've been following me for a while, you do know that I did compete in the bodybuilding industry for almost 10 years. I had this body that literally I molded in a way that was perfection for me. And also that was my way of expressing self-love and self-respect for myself. And I kept myself in a very good shape for years. I'm not saying I'm not in a good shape. I'm literally 5 months postpartum now, so I'm getting myself back in shape. But I know I'm not going to be able to get the body I used to have before pregnancy. because now I have a different body that carried two pregnancies. But I know that I doing everything that I need to do to get myself in a good physique where I feel happy and comfortable with myself. Okay? But during my pregnancy, I hated it. All the physical changes, how my hips were expanding. I didn't have no morning sickness, thank God, but I have a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain in my ankles, my lower back. I went through a sciatic nerve that was difficult to stay seated for too long, to stay in bed for too long, or to just be standing for too long. It was painful. It was difficult. I went through it. Okay, but the beauty of everything is knowing that you're creating another being, that your body is creating another human being. When you birth that baby and you see how hard those 9 months was for you physically, mentally, emotionally, everything spiritually, and you see that little baby in your arms, you're like, you know what? It's worth it. Trust me. And you're going to get there. Okay? Stay with me. Stay focused. Stay strong. But it is completely fine if you're grieving your whole body, if you're missing your whole body. But also during this time, make sure that you practice self love, that you tell yourself that I love my body, that I'm proud of my body for the work that it's doing in creating a life. And when the time is right, my body is going to heal accordingly, and I'm going to get myself back in shape when the time is right. Okay? Your body is balancing a different physical shift. Your center of gravity change. You have to learn your body again. And as your belly grows, you start losing the sense of where is your little one, your vagina down there, because you barely can see it. Okay? You have to walk in a different way because the pressure of the belly it makes you walk and see it in a different way. And you learn how to adapt through those 9 months of pregnancy the best way you can. So remember, you're doing an amazing job. If you're in your first trimester or your second or your third, doesn't matter. Stay strong and remember, you are doing amazing. Okay? And here's the reframe, okay? Instead of asking, when will my body go back? Because it's not gonna go back the way you used to. Ask instead, who is my body becoming? It's becoming more strong, okay? It's becoming capable of carrying a life and then reorganizing the organs back again, putting everything back again where it used to, and then slowly heal and be okay in that transition, okay? Because after pregnancy, you're not meant to return, you are meant to evolve. And this will make sense when you go through your phase of postpartum. Okay? And as soon as you're done with your pregnancy, I don't know how far you are, I recommend you to go and listen to one of my episodes where I talk about postpartum and the importance of healing during postpartum. Okay? And I'm talking about healing mentally, emotionally, physically, all the changes, right? The same things you're experiencing in pregnancy are the same things you're going to experience in postpartum with a different face. I just want to make sure you understand that. Okay? Because remember, you are evolving, and evolution leaves stretch marks physically and emotionally. Okay? And you're going to learn how to love those stretch marks. I never thought I was going to have a stretch marks and more in my belly when I came from having a six packs all ripped and nice and tight. And now I have, okay, I'm getting back to dropping all the baby belly that I gained during my second pregnancy. And yes, I know I'm going to get my six packs again, but those stretch marks are going to be there. After my first pregnancy, it took me a while to accept that phase of seeing myself in the mirror and looking at myself with those stretch marks and loving my body for what it created. So if you are in that phase or you're transitioning to that phase, keep practicing self-love. Keep loving this new phase of your journey, of your pregnancy journey. Love it. Enjoy it. You're going to have beautiful days. You're going to have all the days are going to be difficult. But in those difficult moments is where you will you will born you will step into a new version of yourself. You're gonna be able to build more endurance, more strength, more determination, more focus, but also more softness and more loving and compassion and sympathy for you as well as for your baby. Okay? So remember, those stretch marks, they are not flaws. They are expansion lines because you have been in an expansion. You've been spending in your transformation to become a good mother because you know you will be a good mother. Now let's go deeper because pregnancy also touches us spiritually. Even if you don't consider yourself as spiritual, I just want to say that, okay? Even though you don't consider yourself as spiritual, pregnancy is going to put you there. And postpartum, it's a whole different level of spirituality. Why though? Because you are participating in creation. You are creating a life. That's the most divine spiritual experience any woman can experience in the entire life. So it is a spiritual, okay? Because you are creating. We literally are, when it comes to creation and having capacity to create, we have one of the only gift that God has been given to humanity, and it only has been given to women, the power to create creation. Okay? Men cannot create, unfortunately, only us. And there's a reason why we were given that opportunity. For those that have the opportunity, the blessing to create, we have been given the opportunity. There's a reason why we are the soft, the one who nurture, the one who love, the one that cares. That has been imprinted in us. That's why we are so different from men. And there's a reason of why. And by us being gifted by the grace of God to have the opportunity to create, that right there is the most spiritual experience you will experience in your pregnancy and postpartum. Because creation changes you in many ways. Okay? And this is not only from my experience, but also from other women's experience. They have rapport, that their intuition increase during pregnancy and after pregnancy, during postpartum, your intuitions literally increase. And there's a reason why your intuition increase. You have vivid dreams, you have a strong emotional waves, your sensitivity to energy is more sensitive, and also a desire to protect their peace, your peace. That is not random, sweetie. Your nerve system becomes more selective. You begin to feel what aligns and what does not. You may to start setting boundaries. You may distance yourself from chaos. Okay? Probably you're already starting doing that. You may crave for more softness, more love. Okay? More presence, more reassurance. This is your soul recalibrating. You're no longer living just for yourself. You are no longer living just for yourself. You're becoming a safe space for another human, for the human you're creating in your womb. And here's something powerful that I want to also share. Your baby feels your emotions. Your baby feels your emotional environment. not your perfection. That's why it's very important that for us to be in a state of calmness and peace. You always hear people, family members, doctors that tell you, make sure that you are, in a state of peace and calmness. Make sure you don't get sad or angry or overwhelmed, because you also transfer, as you are creating life, as you are creating that life in your womb, you're also transferring from your womb, through your womb, to your baby, those emotions. And some of us went through so many difficulties during our pregnancy that now that we look into our kids, we know what we have transferred. If you are intuitive, if you're a person who have built self-awareness, you know the things that you have unfortunately transferred to your kid because you went through an emotional situation. You were angry at someone, or someone make you angry, or something happened during your pregnancy. Maybe you didn't have a husband that was present. Maybe your mom wasn't present. Whatever happened in those 9 months of pregnancy, you also transfer your emotions to your kid. And that's why you notice how your kid maybe can be highly intelligent in so many things, but also can have a lot of anxiety or a lot of fear for no reason. You're like, I don't understand why. Well, maybe look and think, how was your pregnancy? Did you had a peaceful, calm pregnancy, or your pregnancy you faced a lot of struggles? You face depression, you face anxiety, you face so many fear, and you didn't know how to regulate your emotions, and probably you didn't seek for help during your period of pregnancy. That also affect you and also your child. So if you are pregnant, please make sure you do your best to calm yourself. If you're anxious, if you're stressed, take some, do some breathing work, listen some meditation music. There's so many things you can do to learn how to regulate your emotions. Remember, half of those emotions and those thoughts that you think about is just hormonal changes. Okay? It's not really you thinking or feeling those things. Does that make sense? And if you get to a point that it gets too overwhelming, please seek for guidance. Please seek for help. Okay? So we continue. Okay? Remember, your emotional stage shift completely. You don't have to be calm all the time, but you have to learn how to stay in a stage of calmness and peace when you are facing difficult moments. And that's how you build emotional intelligence. You just have to be aware of what's happening mentally and emotionally. And what is your support system? Are you your support system, or do you have any support system? Okay? Awareness is healing. More aware you are of what you're facing mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually is going to assist you in finding a peaceful and calm solution towards healing. Okay? If you cry, please breathe. Breathe within. If you feel fear, talk to your baby. Okay? Rub your belly and talk to your baby. If you feel joy, amplify that joy, because that helps you and that helps your baby too. Pregnancy invites you to mother yourself first. This is very important. Pregnancy will invite you to mother yourself first. Remember, let's go back. Remember when you were a kid and your mother was mothering you. And maybe there was so many beautiful things that your mother did for you, but there's so many things that your mom lacked of to give you, to assist you, to be present. So now that you're thinking about that little inner kid inside of you, now think about the baby you have in your womb. Okay? How I can mother my kid the best way I can through the lens of mothering myself. Okay? Very important. Because the way you treat yourself during pregnancy is often the blueprint for how you will treat your child. So speak to yourself gently, with love, with kindness, with patience. Rest without guilt. Protect your peace unapologetically. You are building a sanctuary inside of your womb. Very important. And let's talk also about something that is very important. You are not just becoming a mother, okay? You're becoming a new version of yourself. And I know you hear this all the time. I'm becoming a new version of myself. But what that means is that you're transforming mentally, emotionally, physically. There's so many changes that are happening within you that are needed to prepare you for motherhood. And sometimes there is a tension between, okay, the woman you were and the woman you are becoming. And maybe you were independent, spontaneous, career focused, social driving, and now you feel slower, more inward, more selective, more sensitive. Okay? That's not loss, that's depth. Pregnancy slows you down for a purpose because nurturing requires presence, requires calmness, and presence also requires a stillness. But the soul, your soul, needs it too. You're learning how to hold life. And to hold life, you must learn how to hold yourself. Now, I want to leave with some practical tools, not just inspirational, but more as an integration, okay? And you can apply this and use it in a way that it can assist you. Please write it in a piece of paper or write it on your notes if you're listening this podcast using your phone. Put it maybe in the refrigerator somewhere where it remind you, okay? And these are some of the practices I use during my first and second pregnancy that assist me in my journey, okay? First, daily emotional check-ins with yourself, okay? When you wake up in the morning, you're looking at yourself in the mirror. We look at ourselves in the mirror constantly. We like to see how our belly is growing, how our body is expanding, okay? So every morning, ask, what am I feeling today? Looking at yourself in the mirror, and I'm telling you, it's you're gonna receive an answer. I'm telling you. You might probably start crying. That's okay. You probably just being silent, looking at yourself in the mirror. That's okay. You might start yawning. That maybe it's your body telling you, I need more rest. Whatever emotions that comes to you or physical movement that comes to you is a way of your body communicating to you. So please ask to yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, what am I feeling today? Second question, what does my body need? Very important. What does my body need? And the last question, what does my nerve system needs? That's how you're going to learn how to regulate yourself. Okay? Very important. And again, no judgment, just awareness. Awareness reduces anxiety. And this, literally, these questions will assist you. Okay? In the morning. Again, it's going to reduce anxiety. Number two is speak to your baby. It's very important for you to speak to your baby. You think your baby is not listening, but your baby is going to start recognizing your voice. Okay, your baby is going to start feeling what you're feeling by you talking to your baby, by you talking to baby. Okay, so place your hand on your belly and say, I'm learning, I'm growing with you, I love you, I accept you, and we are saved. This will regulate you and baby. Trust me. Number three, protect your energy. Limit negative conversations. Okay? Limit any toxicity. Just limit it, cut it off. You don't need that in your life, and more when you are in the most vulnerable stage of your life. So cut that off. Okay? Any stressful media, any news that stress you out, cut it off. Maybe watch more videos of animals, pets, cats. Watch movies that make you laugh, that give you joy, nothing that stress you. Very important. People also who drain your energy, cut them off. Pregnancy is not a season to overextend yourself. It's a season for you to be at peace. It's a season for you to be calm. Number 4, gentle movements. Walk in the sun, stretch slowly, breathe deeply. And in this part of gentle movement, please listen to your body. If you feel sometimes you want to go to the gym and start lifting some weights, wonderful, go for it. But please remember, do not compare your journey with another mother. Do not compare your journey with another mother. Please don't. Everybody's in a different journey. You see other mothers lifting weights, stay consistent every single freaking day during the pregnancy. And you're like, I wish I can be active like that. And I wish, just don't. They active, wonderful. You don't feel like going to the gym, just don't go. Maybe your physical activity can be just taking Zumba classes, Pilates, or just simply walk in nature, barefoot, practice grounding. Okay? Everybody is different. So listen to your body and do what you think feels good to you. If it feels stressful, cut it off. If going to the gym feels stressful, cut it off. Maybe do things that give you more peace, more joy, more happiness. If you like dancing, go and take that Zumba class. Go ahead and dance that belly out. But do things that give you joy, happiness, and peace. Okay? Remember, movement during pregnancy will support your circulation, your mood regulation, your emotional grounding. Okay? It will assist you. But do what you think works best for you. Do what makes you happy, what gives you joy. Number 5, rewire the narrative. Okay? Instead of you saying, my body's out of control, maybe speak to your body with more love and kindness and appreciation by saying, my body is so smart. My body's adapting perfectly to these changes. Language shapes your experience. The way you talk to yourself, the way you talk to your body, the way you speak to yourself will change the experience completely for you. Number 6, create a soft ritual. At least once a week, light a candle, play some soft music, maybe take a nice bath with some salt. Okay, relax in the bath. Maybe tell your husband to give you a nice foot massage. Okay, practice something. Okay, and ask, what kind of mother do I desire to be? Not perfect, just present. Okay? Because remember, by you learning how to mother yourself, you will be able to know how to mother your child. And everything you think you won't be ready to do, trust me, you will be ready. God has a funny way of doing things, and more when it comes to creation. If you're a woman who believes in God, and I do pray that you do, invite God in to assist you during this journey, to help if you're going through any morning sickness. Ask God to assist you in eliminating those morning sickness. Ask God to be with you and guiding you in this 9 months of pregnancy, to give you the calmness, the peace, the wisdom, the discernment, to prepare you to be a wonderful mother, a mother that your kid needs to be present. Very important. And I'm telling you, he's going to show up and he's going to assist you. And if if you think that you're doing this journey by yourself, trust me, you're not. If you invite God in, I'm telling you, God is going to send people that's going to give you the support, that's going to assist you, that's going to be present during your journey. But you must be willing to believe. You must be willing to ask God to assist you during this journey. You are not behind, you are not failing, and you're not weak. You are becoming. Pregnancy is not just 9 months, it is a transformation of mind, body, and soul. And just like all transformations, it requires patience, it requires compassion, it requires surrender. So trust your body, trust your intuition, trust that even on the days you feel unsure, you are exactly where you need to be. You are not just carrying life, you are becoming life in a new way, and that is sacred. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of Giselle's healing journey. I do pray that you subscribe to this channel. I do pray that God assists you during this journey. I do pray that you have a wonderful, wonderful pregnancy journey, that everything you are expecting happens. Okay. And if it doesn't happen, I do pray that it doesn't overwhelm you. It doesn't make you feel sad that you said, it's okay if it happened this way. I'm grateful for the experience, for the wisdom I gained. And as we close this space, take a moment to notice what feels lighter, clearer, or more understood within you. You don't need to rush your pregnancy journey. You don't need to rush your healing. Awareness is already moving within you. Thank you for allowing me to walk alongside with you today. Until the next time, stay connected to your breath, to your belly, to your womb, to your truth.